Hello, my name is Shane Windsor. I'm the Expeditions Advisor here at the Royal Geographical Society. And my job is to help anyone who thinks that they would like to plan a scientific expedition with geographical purpose, or anything else that will take them to remote and challenging environments. Explore is the Royal Geographical Society's annual gathering for people planning expeditions and fieldwork. It's been running for nearly 47 years, and some people who came to some of those early ones are still coming, but many are here for the first time this year. And it's a wonderful eclectic mix of people with a wide range of interests. And many of the people who come for the first time don't know what to expect, but it's an energy to help you feel empowered to go and plan an expedition and perhaps turn your dreams into reality. The Royal Geographical Society, since its inception, has been embedded in the acquisition of geographical knowledge. But of course, over time, what we perceived to be geographical knowledge has changed significantly. And so in the early days, it literally might be going into unmapped territory. The first Westerners, the first Europeans to go into an area and come back and report their findings. And whilst we do have an expedition this weekend that is going into a very little studied area, many other people are more curious about the interplay between people's place, cultures, and the environment, and are very concerned around the big global challenges like climate change and biodiversity loss, and are trying to find a way in which they might try and collect data that will help inform better decision making and hopefully better management of the planet going forward. So whilst my role at the moment is to curate the speakers at Explore with my colleague Mitchell Clark, Explore builds on the shoulders of many others. So the weekend is facilitated by main stage speakers, by people who run workshops, and those who've been coming for many years, who come in and talk to people to make them feel at home in this magnificent building, and to try and listen to what their aspirations are, provide feedback and pathways to where they might take their ideas and how that might practically be there. And of course, putting on a weekend like this is an expensive business, and so we have exhibitors who not only pay to demonstrate their products, equipment, services to the expedition and fieldwork community. We also have a lot of sister organisations, charities who might work in outdoor education, might work in citizen science, might be research organisations themselves who come and set up stalls so that we can share what they're doing with the audience. Because we run Explore every year, every November, and we have done for many years, when you start the new planning cycle of Explore, which is usually early summer, you get very tied up in the nuts and bolts of making the weekend and curating the speakers and getting the right exhibitors into the house. And so it's fantastic when you get a couple of weeks away from Explore and people email you and message you to say, I came to Explore last year and I met someone in the front row and I talked about my interest and she said, oh, I can help you do that. And we put together a project, and before we knew it, we had an expedition. And okay, it was a local expedition in the UK, but it all happened within the year. And then they're standing on the stage and they have changed as individuals. They've grown, they've got renewed energy, and perhaps direction and focus. And that's happened since the inception of Explore. But obviously, in these troubled times, the focus of what people are interested in and the diversity of the ways in which they would like to carry out projects, from local and doable to remote and challenging, have changed significantly. And people are very aware of their environmental footprint, of travelling more slowly, of perhaps being more humble in the way that they travel. And so in each, if not every year, in each generation, there are very different themes. So at this moment, the focus this weekend is very much around co-creation and collaboration with others in the host countries in which you might be working, if you aren't working in your own, to see how that can be a more equitable relationship. There's still a lot of talk about responsible travel. There is a fear that travel could be demonized, when, of course, there are also huge benefits from intercultural learning. And so steering that course for the speakers, while encouraging people to go and do things perhaps far away, there is also an increasing emphasis on citizen science projects that people can do closer to home. And that's really fun to see that evolve.